Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, today we've got Bitcoin still on the monthly looking great. The green candle is still holding up above previous highs from 2021, and we've got Pepe still on the weekly looking strong, breaking out, still looking great. Now, most importantly, guys, you know, yesterday we had the ETH ETF. The ETH ETF started trading, which was very a much anticipated event to see in the crypto space, something very big, first time ever to see after the Bitcoin ETF, to see an altcoin having an ETF, and possibly rumors of Solana ETF and even more ETFs coming along the way. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the ETH ETF, and most importantly, guys, some meme coins to be looking at right now. As the game has changed right now from 2023 to 2024, the things that work out here will not work out now here. So we're going to be talking about that. With no further ado, let's get into today's video. And as usual, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And nothing is financial advice. The show is for entertainment and some education and hopefully finding God. Now, the most important thing here, guys, happened, which is the ETH ETF, and you're wondering what happened with ETH. ETH did not pump. This is not what we expected. This is not the real thing. What happened with ETH? Well, it's very important to know, guys, is we had an inflow of $590 million coming into ETH from ETFs, the big boys up there buying, but we've got Grayscale selling, which is not the greatest thing, right? Grayscale did that too with Bitcoin, but as soon as they did it, or they were done selling, they started buying again. We've seen that pump. That was like the first sell the news thing, we've seen a dump, and then the real rally started when we've seen the real euphoria again back in with BONK pumping and dog we've had and the whole craziness that started with that. So now Grayscale only has another $500 million of worth of ETH to dump, which yesterday they dumped 484. Even though they did that, we still had a positive $100 million or $106 million in inflows into ETH, which we see now in the price. If we go to that 4-hour chart, we can see that we've seen a curl up, right, or like a cup is forming now on the Ethereum chart. And this candle here, you see, this is where that witchcraft happened, where we've seen the buys and sells, a lot of volume coming in here with BlackRock and the guys buying and Grayscale selling. And basically they're doing this because they were early on and they had their investors, they were buying at discount and all that stuff, and they are at they had years they couldn't sell, and now they finally can sell because the ETH ETF is approved and they can be traded and they can sell. But as soon as they've done with that, they can start buying again, and that's what we're waiting for. So, and that one more thing here, guys, meme coins to be looking at right now. This is very important. Now I've been looking at this now recently and looking at the meme coins and looking at what people doing and their behavior right now, and I'm noticing a lot of people now are taking a lot of risk, right? A lot of people are still on the pop down fund. Now if you are a follower of the channel, you know by now you should be finding real good entries on some real decent meme coins and hold those. But a lot of people outside of us here, they are still gambling on pump out fund. They're still trying to find the next thing. They're still trying to do whatever they can to make it now, right? They're trying to be early because they know they're not early anymore, right? So, and it's true, right? For Pepe, SHIBA, dog, we've had BONK, Floki, even Breton Base, you're not early anymore. You were early back in the days. So back in the days, I picked up BONK, Floki at 10-20 million, but BONK at around 100 million and Pepe around 100 to 200 million dollars in its market cap. And I'm gonna take you through that till today and what should be done today. What's the next BONK? What's the next dog we've had? What's the next Floki? And what was my train of thought on how I got into them early, right? That's the most important. You want to get in early into things. And today, what you will find is in 2023, the thing that was simple, right? To be early on something, you only had one thing to do, is find the meme coin in an exchange. That's all the thing you had, or that's the only thing you had to do. The hardest part was to actually find the tickers, right? Because you were on an exchange, the exchange already had the meme coins, but you wouldn't know they had them, right? Because you wouldn't know. Like BONK coin was since early 2023, January 2023, listed on Bybit, right? And you wouldn't know BONK was a meme coin, right? You wouldn't know what was BONK back then, right? Like, what is this coin, right? The only problem was literally generally back in 2023, before Bitcoin broke 20K, just to find a meme coin in an exchange. Just find it and buy it and you will make money. That's the only thing that you needed to do. That was the edge. That was you being early. And what made you early is simple as here, guys. So I stuck around in the bear market. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I did that, right? So as soon as Bitcoin broke out here, we had Floki. Floki started a pump, right? So if I add you Floki chart here, Floki started pumping on Bybit, right? It was already on Bybit Bybit since August 2022, which was already on Bybit. And as you can see here, guys, it was launched on August, was listed on Bybit. But as soon as Bitcoin, this is January 2023, as soon as Bitcoin broke out, right? So this candle here, what you usually want to see, as usual, when Bitcoin pumps, you want to see your coin following. And back in the day, Floki followed Bitcoin, right? That was interesting. That was very, very bullish to see, right? A meme coin following Bitcoin. That is a new thing. And right around that time, BONK was listed on Bybit. Right around that time, BONK was listed and dropped down and kept bleeding to go down to that 20 or 10 million dollars in its market cap, around 50 million, and it stayed there for a while. So if we go to that Bybit chart, these are all important things that are going to lead me to real things that you want to do now. So just stick around and you'll see for yourself here. So what we had is, you see this listed on January, literally January, when Bitcoin started pumping, and it just kept bleeding, right? Bleeding while Floki is pumping, and then it kept bleeding. And then at some point I discovered, like, look, we had Floki pumping, right? And then we had also Pepe listed 4 weeks later after its launch. Like, first week it got listed on BitGet, then Bybit, then 4 weeks after its launch, it made it to Binance. And that was the clearest sign as day that we might be going into a bull cycle where only meme coins and Bitcoin will play out. And that's why I've been big on meme coins for this whole time, because this was playing out. We did not see other coins following, and we've seen Floki following, we've seen other coins following here. Now, and by the way, Vita Inu is also from that time, right? It's the only coin that's still from that kind of era that did not really pump, which I do think is still coming for it. Like, it's still gonna do that. But just to show you guys, back in the days, back in 2023, the only thing you had to do was buy a coin on an exchange, and you would have made a lot of money, right? You would have made, especially on BONK, right? BONK made a lot of money. So we're not gonna count the real dip, but let's say you bought here, which I did, right? You see here, you are up 100x from BONK, right? Or Floki 200x just by noticing this thing. And Pepe, you are up 50x. And that was basically the only thing to do, right? That was basically the only thing to do. Now today, if you come into the space and you want to not gamble on meme coins, you not gamble on the Solana, you don't want to gamble on Pump.Fun, but you want something that will hold strong till we get the real euphoria and pump and stuff like that. But you come in here, you see Pepe at 5 billion, right? And you're thinking to yourself, all right, this thing will do a 10x or can do a 10x to 20x, but I want more, right? I want something that's gonna do me 1,000 or something, or 100x or something. I want to finally be early into something, right? Like BONK, something like that, right? And you would be thinking, what's the next thing now? So we know 2023, all you had to do was find something in Binance, find something in an exchange, Bybit, BitGet, whatever. Find a meme coin, get it, and that's it. You'll be fine. Even like back in the day, we had also ladies there. Ladies were at cheap prices and it started pumping, right? Whatever coin, even if it didn't do a 10x, 100x, at least it did a 10x, which ladies did. Like if you picked it up, I picked it up, we did a 10x from the lows, from its chart, from its Bybit chart, right? And that's all you had to do, literally, is to do that. And now we have a different market. Now you cannot do that, right? Now you cannot go to the exchange and find any meme coin and buy it, because now it's over. Now we have a lot of meme coins launching every day into exchanges. It happens every day, right? It's not something that's an edge anymore. It's not something that you're early at anymore. Like you see coins launching on an exchange right after they launch, they have 5 listings, right, lined up, and they still don't do well. Why? It's not because they are a bad meme coin. It's not a bad team. It's just because there are 20,000 other meme coins launching every day, taking all that money, right? Now the same thing with base chain. So the base chain launched here, right around September, October, right at the end of the year, and the first meme coin to launch on it was Toshi, right? And what was the narrative here, or what was the consensus, is that base chain is gonna have retail coming, right? And these retail are gonna be like in the hundreds of millions or the billions, and they're gonna come into base chain and they're gonna start buying coins there, and especially meme coins. Now if you bought Toshi here, was at around $2 million in its market cap, was one of the first meme coins to launch there. The first meme coins that launched on the base chain, few of them rocked, right? If you waited a week or two after the launch and all the rocks got rinsed and you waited a bit, you would have caught Toshi just because you were early thinker. You were thinking that's gonna happen, something like that will happen. And that shows you here with Toshi, that shows you what it is to be early. You have to think before the masses. Like 2023, you buy anything on an exchange because now you know we're headed toward the bull market. That's it, the bottom is in, and meme coins are following Bitcoin. That's the only thing. It was very easy to do. The second thing was blockchain, base chain. They announced that they're gonna bring people. Very easy, right? You could see it happening, right? Now 2024 is the crazy part, right? 2024. And by the way, what worked in 2023 will not work in 2024. Besides right? What the blockchains and top meme coins on their blockchain, which I do think now every blockchain is gonna have a mascot on its own blockchain, which gonna represent that chain. Every blockchain is gonna have that. That's what brings me now to this narrative, which is blockchains, top meme coins of their blockchain, Coconut, Avalanche, Snake, even Toshi still now at $70 million in its market cap, which still I don't see why it won't go to that 1 billion even more, right? And you got Arbidoge, and you got something like Resistance Dog on Ton. You got many coins on top of their blockchain. That's now the new thing, right? Like the new exchange, even though it's not as early as you would wish you were, right? But it's still a narrative that I see playing out, right? This is something that would still play out in 2024, because now we are not having so many narratives and people are still looking elsewhere. And that's one of the narratives I'm looking at right now. Like Coconut now is almost at the bottom, broke out recently with the bullish market and all that stuff. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is, what is the early thing? Now we're using the previous cycle, guys. We had Dogecoin starting the dog team season coins. We started to see Shiba Inu. We started to see all kind of dog related meme coin making it to the top, right? And making it to the exchanges. Like also Floki was back in the day one of these coins. But today here we've got something else that still hasn't played out really, right? This is still early. This is still the thing that is still early, right? That you haven't missed out yet. Or at least if I was coming in today and I see that I missed out on top meme coins because the only thing I had to do was buy a meme coin in 2023, but instead I was out in the bear market. I did not care about crypto, and I give all these people that were here in the bear market a very juicy entry, and I bought back from them at the high. So the same thing right now. If you are late, you want to think the same way. Wow, how can I be early now? What's the possibilities I have? What do I have? What are the options I have here? You have the top meme coins on their blockchain, and you have the Pepeverse. Those are the only things we can predict now. Now today, every day, day to day, you will see a new meme coin, a new shiny object. Like today, you see Kamala Harris. Meme coin is pumping. Everyone is buying it just because of the news, right? People are so desperate that they buy off the news. And that's the second thing, guys, is Pepe flipping Shiba Inu, which is something we can see happening now. We're seeing Pepe now at 5.4, almost $5.5 billion in its market cap, and Shiba Inu is kind of staying around the $10 billion. And as soon as this happens, now everybody's gonna wake up to this, right? The same way, this makes me feel like the same way when I made a video last year about BONK, and I said this coin is here and I'm buying it because it's on Bybit, right? And Bybit listings usually lead to Binance listing, right? But people did not care about that, right? People bought the top on BONK, right? As soon as it got listed on Binance, I remember I made a video. I said, all right, guys, that's the top. You want to sell now and then buy later on when it gets again a dip, a 70% retrace. But then everybody bought. And I remember I got most of the views I got was when BONK got listed on Binance. And I know when I get more views, that means people are buying that now, right? It means everybody's buying, and now they are looking for answers, and they find it on YouTube, right? And now I feel the same way about the Pepeverse coin, right? It's like I'm saying Pepeverse coins, their Pepe is gonna flip Shiba Inu. It makes the most sense right now. Pepeverse is gonna flip, Pepe is gonna flip Shiba Inu, and it's gonna trigger all this kind of Pepeverse coins and all this frenzy. And if it times well, right? This is the most important thing. And if it times well with the actual altcoin season, the meme coin season, the thing that we're actually waiting for, like the up only season that happens once every 4 years. If that actually plays out, which is gonna be the last option, or like this is gonna be the last thing and the last meme coin season, and that's it. No redos. If that happens, that's gonna be the biggest narrative this cycle and the biggest gainers, right? And you all know by now, guys, I've shared with you a few of them, right? You got your Andy on ETH, you got your Andy on Blast, you got your Brett on ETH, and you got recently Dorky, which is also doing very well recently in the chart, right? And the list goes on. You get even your Chinese Pepe, which is very high, right? Somebody asked me about Hopi. Hopi is not bad as well. I'm just waiting for a dip, right? It made a massive run recently. I'm waiting for a dip. Now, options are very limited. You don't have so many Pepeverse coins out there, right? You have very few that are kind of there with a strong community, and they're still there, and they are ready for that to happen. And that's the only thing that I see left. There are just these two narratives. You either choose top meme coins on their blockchain, right? Which Andy on Blast actually is a top meme coin on its blockchain, and like Breton base, and also Pepeverse, right? It's a good thing, right? And you got these two things: top meme coin on their blockchain and Pepeverse coin, right? Pepeverse coin. Those are gonna be the biggest one. Now, it doesn't mean, guys, right? In this video, I'm talking about these coins now, but it doesn't mean the other coins are not gonna do well, right? This is just what I'm looking at or what I've been looking at, and that's the way I see things, right? There can be other coins, right? There other coins will pump as well. Like you see, your Myro is still gonna pump, right? Slurf, I don't think so, but everything else is gonna do pretty decently, right? You got also Apple, which is Pepeverse. You got Pepe Coin. You got Turbo, which is also gonna do well, right? You got Ponke, right? You got Book of Me. You got BONK Coin. You got Mew. You got PopCap. But you see now the picture is that you are late to those. That's the thing, right? Those are already high, right? What are you gonna buy PopCap at 800 million? Right? Don't get me wrong. It might stay and pick up in the bull market, and with the tides and everything like that, it could go like what? Do a 10x from here, maybe 8 billion, 10 billion. It's possible. We don't know, right? But that's the point. I'm trying to bet on the best possible outcome, and that's it, right? You got your Mew recently at pumping very decently. It's like 700, right? You can still trade these coins. Maybe if you're holding and you're a believer, good for you. I like people that believe in something and hold something. I respect that. That's more than anything than people gambling on popular fun and trying to be spaghetti hands and stuff like that. But just to tell you, that's the narrative that I do think is gonna play out, because it's bright as day. It's there. It's looking at us. Pepe, starting that Pepe characters kind of season, right? Like dog with Shiba Inu and coins called Inu, everything like that, right? Australian Shepherd Inu and this Inu, that Inu, this, right? We're gonna have the same thing with Pepe. That's the thing, and that's the thing here, guys. So just so to wrap up here this video, guys. Now remember, what worked in 2023 will not work in 2024. Whatever you were doing here, right, will not work here in 2020. By that I mean being early, because that's what you want to be. You want to be early, right? You want to be early. You want to buy early and hold and wait for that moment to happen. You want to wait. That's what you want to do in the crypto space. You don't want to buy when there is confirmation. That's it, right? And now I know Pepe is gonna do a 10x, right? Even though you still can, if you have a large portfolio and you want exposure to the meme coin space, maybe you have a good 6-figure portfolio and you want exposure to the meme coin space, then you want to go with the bigger ones because they are more liquid. But for most people don't play around with high 6 figures to 7 figures portfolios. They play in the 5 to 4 figure kind of range, even below that. When you are on that kind of range in your portfolio, you want to be early. I cannot emphasize that enough. You want to be early onto something. That's it. And you want to pray that it's gonna play out, and that's about it, right? That's just recently, guys. From 2023, I got into these coins early, and that was key moment for me, right? To get in early onto these coins that I'm riding now, right, into the bull market. Now here, you want to find those coins that are gonna get you to ride till 2025. And I told you this in separate videos, guys, as well. In 2025, what works in 2024 will not work in 2025. That's also important. That's how the crypto space works. That's the thing. That's the way the markets are. What works in 2024 will not work in 2025. In 2025, we're gonna have a different story. It was still gonna have a bull market, right? We might see Bitcoin doing this, still heading toward 2025, and this is gonna be the top, right? So what's worked in 2023 will not work in 2024. What works in 2024 will not work in 2025. Now, early 2025, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have your meme coins now that are Pepeverse related or top meme coins on their blockchain, all of them above $500 million in their market cap, even possibly at $1 billion in their market cap, and they're gonna be priced out, right? They're just gonna be bought up by new, fresh people that just buy things when they are pumped. You're not gonna be early to them anymore. That's what I mean when it's not gonna work out. It doesn't mean these coins from 2024 will not pump. Doesn't mean coins from 2023 will not pump in 2024 and 2025. It just means you are late now. That's the thing. Going towards 2025, what works for you in 2024 will not work in 2025. That's the thing. So if you believe in the Pepeverse, you want to pick Pepeverse in 2024. If you believe in top meme coins in their blockchain, you want to pick them here because they will not be cheap here. You will not be early anymore. Here, we're going to have another story, right? We're going to have a different perspective in the market. We're going to have to see what's going to happen. We don't know. In the previous cycle, at the end here, we had gaming coin. We had NFTs. We don't know what we're going to have in that time, right? And also here, what worked in 2021 here did not work in 2022 or end of the bull market. They did not work the same way. So anyways, guys, you can always join my Discord, link in the description. If you want more information, you want to stay updated, it's free to join. You can follow me on Twitter, link in the description. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay updated. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.